What's up, everybody? Hey, it's Pamela G is here. That was quick. Sorry. How's everybody doing today? It's one of those days. We got Donnie J in the house trying to beg me for treats because he knows when I go live, if he bothers me enough, I'll give him treats. How's everybody doing today? Hope you had a good day. Come on, Monster, get over there. Today we're gonna, I guess the Arab Americans have a new nickname for Kamala Harris. We can see it in the title, so I might as well say it. Killer Kamala. We're gonna talk about that. All the hostages they're finding recently. Americans are being found out. Man, look at my hair today. I got like some alfalfa stuff going on here, don't I? Anyways, so how you guys doing today? Today is Tuesday. What is today? Doesn't say. Today's like the 3rd or something, isn't it? Yeah, Tuesday the 3rd. Hope y'all are enjoying yourselves. We got some good stuff coming up tonight. I don't know what all we're going to talk about afterwards, but we'll figure something out for it, right? And then we're just going to be here. Today's been kind of weird. I broke my toes today. I don't know how, but I woke up with some broken toes. I must have been sleepwalking again or something. Who knows? But I know they're broken because I don't feel my left feet, and I'm feeling them today. So obviously they're hurting. Let's see. Is this on? Let me make sure. I just got to double check. I didn't get a notification today. Let me see. Let me see if it's working. Yeah, that's the way it says live. So let me make sure it's working. Yeah, we're working. I see myself. Okay. All right. No problem. Be back later, Pamela. It's all good, my friend. So, yeah. So that's been my day. I've been feeling very, very well lately. But anyways, so hope y'all are doing good today. Man, I even got an alfalfa thing going up here, huh? Gotta go get another haircut, I guess. Freaking bald anyways, who cares? Anyways, how's it going? Let's what are we gonna do with today? Let's get us started off with the quote of the day. The quote going down today is this. I think the saddest people always try their hardest to make people happy because they know what it's like to feel absolutely worth it. And they don't want anyone else to feel like that. And this is by Robin Williams. And if you guys don't know, Robin Williams actually he committed suicide. He was a great, funny man. I enjoyed a lot of his comedy shows. And I was sad to hear about this, And it's something I can relate to. I'm always trying to make everybody happy, Like, I may not want to do a show certain days, but I'll still do it because I know it makes you guys happy. And then that makes me happy. So I guess I'm getting stuff out of it too, right? Because I'm happy because y'all are here. And so that's what it is. But yeah, I mean, they said that he was so sad inside, and that's why he was always trying to make everybody laugh, because that made him feel better. Totally get it. Totally get it. Oh, and by the way, they were making fun of me over on Off Label podcast for wearing ties. So I wore a crazy tie tonight. They made fun of me for not shaving. I might shave. I don't know. But so I wore a crazy tie tonight. You guys like my crazy tie? Got this at some thrift store. I don't even know who these guys are. Anybody know who these guys are? Is it like a TV show or something or what? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. But that's what we're doing. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I got to say something. I got to text Gray. So make sure you text me. So we'll get at least one person watching right now because everybody's still watching Off Label. Tuesdays and Thursdays is like a hard day for me because you got a lot of people that watch me watch Off Label. So it's a competition show to the end. Anyways, all right, down to like one person each. Here we go. Ready for the news? You ready for the news? Let me text these guys. They're probably sleeping. So here we go. Let's go with news article 1. Check this out. So Israel recovers 6 dead hostages from Gaza, including 1 American. So one of these guys was an American or girls. It says all these people. What's the wrong one? So the military got 6 more dead people back. It says Wall Street Journal. The Israeli military retrieved 6 more dead bodies of hostages from Gaza on Saturday, including the American-Israeli Hirsch Goldman Poland, whose family had waged an almost 11-month campaign for a ceasefire deal to get them back. Wow. So that's not the worst of it, though. That's not the worst of it. So there were 2 women and 4 men found in a tunnel. This tunnel was only less than a mile from the space where they found the last hostage, I should say, which is what, like a week ago. What this article says though is that Joe Biden was outraged that this American was murdered like that. But I can't find that footage anywhere. I can't find anything where it says that. It's really hard to find that. So I didn't find any. Maybe you guys can. Maybe you look a little harder than I do too sometimes on stuff like verifying that. So here's the worst part of this all. They found the hostages in a tunnel where Kamala Harris told them not to go or else they would suffer grave consequences by the U.S. Yes, I'm telling you right. So watch this. So we're going to read this at the bottom here. It says the 6 hostages whose body were found Saturday in a tunnel underneath Gaza, discovered in Rafah, were in the same exact location. Vice President Kamala Harris warned Israel of grave consequences if it entered. Now, this sounds a little sketchy, right? This isn't a place where Kamala Harris is like, you guys go there, you're going to suffer. The U.S. is going to put down some sick sanctions or some grave whatever on you, right? And then they find the hostages in this tunnel. Why is Kamala Harris protecting that tunnel? What do you think? I wonder why she's protecting that tunnel. I don't know. Nobody will know, I guess, right? Only the end of the end of the end liberals out there. Only those guys know about this tunnel and know why we shouldn't be there. Why is Kamala Harris doing that? What is she hiding over there? What the heck is going on? What do you guys think? Write down in the comments below. And by the way, don't forget to like and share this video. All right. CNN covers up for the terrorists when writing about the dead American hostage. So they're talking about the hostage we just spoke about. This says CNN is working hard to avoid creating trouble for the Democratic Party over Israel's justice for war in Gaza. Hordes of Arab Americans are furious with the Biden-Harris policy in the region. They've given the vice president the moniker "Killer Kamala." So you know me, I had to make something for this, right? So here's your Killer Kamala. I made this meme up for you guys. It's a pretty good one, Killer Kamala. I forgot, I gotta add this to places. So this is what the Arab Americans. What's up, God Rides a Harley? Kamala's dad knows his stuff. So yeah, this is the nice little photo I put up. You know, I'll put it in on my locals page and somewhere and on Twitter on X, and you guys can share it if you want to share it. I actually just had the AI make this. You know what, Girl? Let me open. I forgot I didn't open up Discord. Girl, let me open up Discord, buddy. But yeah, that's Killer Kamala. We'll put up that picture later on so you guys can find it. Says in a race that's decided by razor thin margins, these folks staying home could create issues for Harris campaign in Michigan and Minnesota. So this is messing up the in these important states, Michigan and Minnesota. Michigan was close for Donald Trump a little bit last time, I think. All right. So what could be good? This all could be good for him now too. Which team? I'll go into this one. I'm gonna join my voice. This the one, right? All right, I'm in there. Let me just look at it. There we go. Now I'm in there. All right, you guys can join if you guys want to come in. So they're saying they're stating this will be bad for Kamala in Minnesota and Michigan. CNN framed this. So this is what CNN did wrong. They framed it as acting as if he was killed in a car accident. They weren't showing what really happened. They just put up, oh, he wasn't. They acted like he was in a car accident. So they're lying by, what do they call that? You know, you don't tell the whole truth. So you're lying, but you're not really lying. You just left information out. That's what it's all about right here, folks. So Killer Kamala. Remember, remind me if you don't see it, I'll post a picture up later on. Remind me to do it. All right, let's do some Elon Musk tweets. Let's see what Elon Musk is tweeting about today. Something else we try to do here on the show. Conversation with Lex Friedman and Roe Donald Trump. This is 5 hours long. Holy geez.
I did Spaces with Elon.
We'll have to go check that out later on because I'm not watching 5 minutes of that stuff right now. By omission. Thank you, Gra. Thank you. Nothing scales larger than reality. Size matters. Facebook has 10 times the proprietary language data on database as was used to train the llama models. Well, I don't know anything about that. That's tech stuff. TV out app beta rolling out. The XTV app beta is now available on several app stores with more. So he's starting his own. What's up? I'm too tweet. You made it. Of course, YouTube gave you no notification. Yeah, they never do. They never do. Maybe try if you click on the bell and then turn it off and then turn it back on, it might work. So while Elon's going into X now, even TV shows. I don't know. I'd rather give him my money than some liberal. I mean, he was liberal, but it says Tesla actually summons the Smart going to wide release next week. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it would be cool to have a car that could drive up and pick you up. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not into the right on. I'm too tweaked. I'm not too much into these electric cars. They're cool, but so this is Elon Musk says, yes, the essential pillars of democracy are freedom of expression. Heck yeah. Habeas corpus, yes. Balance of powers, yes. Alternates, yes. Is there any more? And constitutional reference. I agree. We all gotta stick with the Constitution, right? Hey, Nightbot's back. It's finally working in. So when Jennifer's not here, I'll mess with her later on. Anyways, so let's get back to the news. Let's do number 4. Is that where we're at? I think that's where we're at. Get over here. Oops, news 3, my bad. So get this. President Biden, guess what? He's been on vacation for 16 days now. He's just calling us in, right? You think, I used to travel across country and build high-rise hotels, and like when you knew the job was coming to an end, you start not caring anymore, Or if even people at regular work jobs, don't you guys, vacations coming up in 2 weeks. There's some people that will go and work their ass off trying to get everything done so it's all cool on their vacation. And then there's others of you that will, instead of getting all your work done, you kind of just call it in. You're like, vacations in 10 days? And I can't get this here any quicker, right? Hi, Pamela G. So I think he's calling it in for Joe Biden's already out, right? They already told him, we're not going to let you run for president anymore. They took him off the nomination. Of course, he's calling it in. What reason does he have to do any more work? What reason does he have to do any more work? Okay, guys, I'm too tweaked or anybody. So here's something to do. When Jennifer shows up, I have this thing called Nightbot. And you can mess with people. So if you type an exclamation point, on Yahoo, if you type on YouTube, you guys are on YouTube, right? You type in the @ and then their name, type in exclamation point and Jennifer, and then hit enter and see what happens. We have one for her. We have one for God Rides a Harley. And we have, I got to add more for everybody. So if you guys tell me what you want yours to say, I'll make one for you. But you got to probably email me or if Hope's in here so she can do it because she's part of the app and she can do it for me. Can somebody do that? Somebody type in exclamation point GRAH, GRAH, and then exclamation point Jennifer, and you'll see what happens. It should work. I can't type in the chat. Grah's over there in Rumble, so he can't do it for me. Anyway, so back to Biden. It says, after spending much of the summer under the harshest microscope of his career, President Joe Biden spent most of the last 2 weeks out of sight as he prepared for the final act of his political life and a very different end to 2024. So he was supposed to be campaigning, right? But he's not anymore. He spoke at the Democratic National Convention, but that's it. Type exclamation point Jennifer. I'm pretty sure you have one on there. Oh, did it say it? Oh, I didn't get to see it. Did it show what he said? It should say Jennifer likes to flirt with the boys. Something like that. So the president has spent this week soaking up the sun in a beach near his vacation home in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, with Joe Biden and her 2 sisters. Wow, I wonder if he's trying to pick up the 2 sisters. He has spent a total of 532 days on vacation, 40.3% of his presidency. Man, wouldn't you like to be able to only have to work 59.7% of the time, I would. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Um, uh, they want him to hide, is what I think. What do you guys think? I think they want him to hide. They have him in hiding because Kamala Harris says, "Oh no, Joe Biden's healthy and he's good," right? So many times she said that, and then they kicked him out because of the way he's been acting lately, right? Oh shoot, I messed up on the chat. Oh, there we go. Yeah, now I see it. It does. I see it. Good. Awesome. I also have one for Tony. Hey, Monkits. I think it's Tony. I can post them up later on. But yeah, so they're hiding it, folks, because every time he goes out there and banters or says something stupid or does something stupid, he makes them look bad for saying, "Oh yeah, Joe Biden's perfectly fine," right? That's why they're hiding him. That's definitely what's going on, if you ask me. Oops, what was I supposed to turn this off? So we're just showing Elon Musk tweets, and they're messing with Elon. Brazil has now cut access to the X platform. It's like China. Is it China where you can't look at certain websites or something like that, or some country? I don't know, but they're blocking X. So it says the blocking the social media platform X in Brazil divided users and politicians over the legitimacy of its ban, and many Brazilians on Sunday had difficulty and doubts over navigating over social media in his absence. What's up, Digga Warp over there in Twitch? So they liked Elon Musk's X because they can say whatever they want on there. It's not like Facebook to where you get checked every single minute. The other day, dude, I gotta blow my nose or sneeze. But the other day we shared a man. It's been a bad day. Sorry, guys. I haven't been sleeping lately. I've been having some trouble. So give me a second to reboot. But so Facebook, there was a post the other day, and I shared it with Gra and them, and it was an American flag, and all it said was the word "destroy" or something in there in it. You're destroying our way of life, and Facebook said this is bad for Facebook, and it says it's dangerous. You don't like Nightbot, but it's a solid bot. I don't know. I just learned about Nightbot a while ago, so I like Nightbot. Anyways, so Michael Schellenberg says, you may not care about the censorship and banning of X in Brazil. You don't have to. That's because what's happening there isn't really about Brazil. It's about the country being used as a laboratory to roll out totalitarianism. Oh, you guys know what I'm saying. Worldwide. We ignore it at our peril. Not only that, if the censorship's over there in Brazil, they're slowly going to be making it worldwide. And next thing you know, maybe the United States might say one day, oh, well, we're going to lock you up if you say that from now on. You ain't getting Nightbot to find me. Haha, Nightbot boots people. Does Nightbot boot people sometimes? Interesting. I don't know. I don't have it set to boot anybody, so it shouldn't on my channel. Shouldn't on my channel. They've been feuding for over a month. And get this, so the judge over there, Justice Moraes, or however you say his name, said Elon is an outlaw. Yeah, when I think of outlaws, I don't think of this guy down here below. I don't think of Elon Musk as an outlaw. I even tried to make like the kind of weirdest looking, like he looks like a psychopath in here. And I mean, look, even this picture doesn't make him look like an outlaw. I don't consider him an outlaw. What do you guys think? So show the photo of the day. This is an old photo. So this was like when Donnie was only... Normally I show you photos of like really nice sunsets and stuff. I wasn't feeling it today. So I'm showing you a picture. This is of Donnie here when he was a puppy. You can see his face right there. So Donnie is probably like 3 or 4 months in this picture. The black dog right next to him with the white, that is Panda Bear, which is right in front of me. The dog right behind his head, you see that brown fur? That's Brownie, one of my old dogs. And then against the wall, you see the white, looks like Donnie is maybe bigger. That's my old St. Bernard Jackie. So they're all huddled together below my desk. And I was live streaming that night. So I took this picture. That's where the dogs would normally sit. I'm frozen? No, I'm not frozen. It's the picture is frozen. Look at me. I'm moving in the corner, aren't I? What did Nightbot do? Using dog butt as a pillow. Yeah, exactly. He's laying them. So that's Donnie when he was a little tiny puppy. I actually have pictures when he was only like this big. I had pictures when he was on. I got him when he was 6 weeks old, so he was like this long, but his head was only like this big. He's a long dog. Process 5x5 over there on Rumble Land. All right, so Tim Walt's brother, get this, Tim Walt's own brother is making comments down there on Facebook, and some of the comments he said is he's like my brother is not the type of character you want making decisions about your future. I know Portland Andy. We hung out a couple times. He's cool. We hung out in Portland. We were supposed to hang out in Vegas. Portland Andy's a pretty cool dude. He's always hitting me up. Anyways, oh, the heck! Oh, there's a car driving by upstairs. So he says he's not the type of character who should make decisions about America's future. Because they go warp says she squeezed right in between my puppies. So this is Tim Wall's brother on the left, the guy in the white shirt, and there's Tim Wall's. I mean, you can see the resemblance, right? You can see the resemblance. So his brother on these are just Facebook comments, said, "Hey, I'm opposed to his ideology." And then Jeff Waltz said, "I am probably gonna promote Trump for president." So it looks like he's gonna endorse President Trump on the election. It says right here, and he has so little faith in his kid brother that Jeff Waltz is now considering publicly endorsing former President Trump's White House run. He told a Facebook poster who was like, then get on stage and endorse him. And he's like, I might. Here comes Donnie again. He wants another treat. Dude, you're all soaking wet. That's what else he does. He goes in his little pool, and then he comes in here because he knows I'm trying to stay clean. So he'll get more snacks. Spoiled brat. All right. Well, Panda loves it because she gets one too. Waltz has been to China 30 times. Why has Waltz been to China 30 times? The Democrats are working with China. Let's just admit it. We all know that they're working with China. That's how they're getting their money, and they want more money, and so they're trading power for money. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I don't know. But here's the other thing, though. So you know what? I don't know if I ran for president, I don't know if my brother would endorse me. My brother would probably say, well, my brother, that's why he didn't own my restaurant, because, he's not good at this and he's not good at that. And, he's not a good negotiator or this, which I'm not. Y'all know every show you go to, except for Rob Gavea, will say, hey, don't forget to donate, donate money. Here's my, I may post the links in there to my donation stuff, but I don't beg for it. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to spread my thoughts and give people insight. Because, I know a lot of people, including my stepdad, that will call me up and be like, hey, here's the most money uses up the most. Did you know Colin Kaepernick's going to play for the Dallas Cowboys? And I'm like, where did you hear that? Where on Facebook did you see that? And he's like, well, yeah, I saw it on Facebook. I'm like, where? It's not really happening. So I have now taught my stepdad how to do his own research before he calls me. Because otherwise he calls me like 20 times a day, which he does anyways. Like today, he's he loves Amazon, and my stepdad loves buying stuff on Amazon. So it was the weekend and it was a holiday, so a lot of stuff got combined. He gets like at least a package a day. That's how much my stepdad buys stuff. So and I gotta go. It's my job to go get the mail. And he calls me up today, and he's like, I don't think she's gonna drop the packages off. It says not delivered, and I'm like, so we live in a rural area, right? I live in Yosemite area, and we don't have a normal mail person. We have a lady who bought the route, and she delivers the mail. And there's times we know, because her truck's not that big, and on weekends, especially weekends that are holidays, where it's an extra day, that there might be a lot more packages, especially when he's ordering stuff. We got like 8 packages today, but she wasn't. I know her. Like, don't worry, she'll leave us a note. She'll tell us she'll bring them tomorrow or something. He's like, yeah, but I wanted them today. And I'm like, David, you can wait another day. You're 89 years old. No rush. You're used to waiting. But so that, I mean, he made a big deal about it. And then when I went to get the mail, she left the note. She's like, Eddie, don't worry, I'm gonna get your mail. Because she lives somewhere around here too. She's like, on my way home, I'll drop off the rest of your mail, and she did. But it's just my stepdad had to go for like 10 minutes. He he overthinks stuff all the time. He's 80, 89. He has nobody to talk to except for me. So kind of, that's part of my job being here, is to talk to him and make him feel better and comfortable about what's going on in his life. So yeah, that's what I do around here. Let's see, what were you guys saying? My brother's a liberal. I would want him to speak out about me, show how crazy the left really is. That's funny on Two Tweak. If Cap ever goes to the Cowboys, I'm burning all Cowboys merch too. Yeah. Oh yeah. Nah. But it's just the stuff, That's what's so bad about Facebook. And I've told this to you guys many times. You'll see a post and it says, Sylvester Stallone gives up $1 billion because he refuses to work with Robert De Niro. Okay, that's a lie. Number one, you don't get $1 billion for a TV show, right? Let's just start right there. Number two, do you think if they were paying Sylvester Stallone, if you want to pay me $1 billion, I'll work with Rick and Robert De Niro. I'll take your $1 billion. Just saying. I'm just saying, It's like if it's too good to be true, it's not true, right? Well, those are those, but people still share them because they just see the title and share them. They don't read the story. When you actually click on the story, this is how they get away with it. They put satire in the top, and people don't read satire. They don't read the satire part, and they're sharing it. Like, look what Sylvester Stallone's doing. Go Sylvester Stallone. But it's not. It's not really that. It's not what you think it is. So, all right, number 6. Another news item. It says NBC reports lie to cover up for Kamala Harris. So now they're covering up more stuff for Kamala. Why did the liberal left always cover up shit? Do you see? I don't know. I don't know. Do you ever see Fox News covering up stuff for President Trump, or do you think Peter Ducey would call him out on everything? Oh, thank you, B-Job Secure. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate it. Too bad Nightbot doesn't work over there. Anyways, so get this. NBC News' Kristen Welker falsely claimed that Vice President Kamala Harris met with Gold Star families who lost the servicemen and women during the Abbey Gate suicide bombing when the bodies of those U.S. Armed Forces members returned home for a dignified transfer of their remains. There's only one problem, though. It says right here, Harris was not, in fact, at the dignified transfer. You ever notice? This is like a whole entire thing. You guys notice this? Democrats never go out and do stuff for the veterans. They don't. They really don't. It's the conservatives that stick up for the veterans. Why? Why do you think they don't take care of our veterans? I mean, is it mostly because most veterans aren't freaking liberal? You think that's why? I don't know. What do you guys think? Never says only sport I watch is the sport of Christian Ronaldo play. He's good and gorgeous. Oh, Jennifer likes the soccer guys. Digware says I've been watching this guy that has been going around Skinwalker Ranch and showing all kinds of the hieroglyphs. I used to watch that show. I haven't seen it lately. That guy's an astrophysicist. I used to watch him on like his science channel. He did some cool astrophysicist stuff. I don't know if I haven't really watched it that much more. Somebody hit exclamation point Jennifer for me. We know she flirts with all the guys. I don't know. So the libs of TikTok says NBC is now walking back Kristen Welker's statement that Kamala attended the dignified transfer of the 13 soldiers. And you know what this is all about? This is because President Trump went to go, and he was there. Because he loves our service members. He does. Kamala Harris didn't make it. And the news said that she did. They were trying to make her look good for veterans. They're trying to win over the veteran vote, which they're not going to. All the stuff that the Democrats have done to veterans, do you really think that they're going to give you their vote? I wouldn't. All right. We like doing a question of the day here. So here's our question of the day. And of course, that's another reason why I guess I showed you pictures of Donnie and his sisters and his brother over there in that photo of the day. If you could be any kind of dog, what kind of breed, or what kind of dog would you be? Think about it. What would you be? What would you be? I don't think I could put it down to just one. Of course, I'm going to say Saint Bernard because I mean Donnie's awesome. Donnie's a handsome dog. He's big. He's muscular. All the people love him. Everybody wants to come up and pet him. And when you're a dog, that's like your payment, right? You want to be petted. That's your payment to the dog. So of course the dogs like him, and that I mean, people like Donnie. So one type of dog. So I'd be in between. It's like I want to be Donnie, or yeah, Gross is a horn dog. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Or I want to be that mean ass junkyard dog that nobody fucks with. So, I forgot we're still on YouTube. Diggin wants to be a Haydn's 57 over there in Twitch. No, I want to be either a Saint Bernard like Donnie. You don't live very long too, right? You get your life over and done with, and then you get to go to heaven real quick. Jennifer loves poodles, all the poodles. My friend Linda has a whole bunch of poodles, and she has those. What are the hypoallergenic poodles? They're mixed with like Labrador, something like that. I forget. My mom had one of those dogs, Casey. The brownish, the light brown dogs, the famous ones. Anyways, that, or you know what else? I just want to be the dog, like be the guy that every girl calls a dog. Then you don't have to get your feelings hurt anymore. You don't ever have to feel sad. You don't ever have to worry about, how come my girl's not calling me today or nothing like that. Not to worry about anything. You're the dick. You're the one that treats them all like shit. You might go to hell afterwards, though. I don't know. What kind of dog would you like to be? A Labradoodle. Thank you, Pamela G. Auntie Tweet says, my German Shepherd looks scary, and she is, but she's also a sweetheart. So I had a German Shepherd mixed with Rottweiler. It was actually my father-in-law's dog. but they had to live with us because we had a house with a backyard. And because they had to move out of their house. So I got all the dogs. And he was Rottweiler and German Shepherd. So he had the German Shepherd colors, except for right here. He had the Rottweiler chest. But he was just all muscle like a Rottweiler. So think of a big, huge, freaking more muscular German Shepherd. That's what AJ looked like. Fact. Let me see. Do I still have those pictures up? I can probably show you AJ real quick. I just called him my AJ was my meathead, I called him. Because he wasn't very bright, right? But he just loved me. He loved playing with his ball. And that's all he wanted. He wanted you to just play with them and show him attention. And that made him happy. He would bark at every single noise that he heard outside our yard. So people were afraid of him. But the issue is he didn't do anything. Like once you actually, tested him, it was like, oh no, never mind. Sorry, I'm trying to find a picture of AJ that's not all old and junky. AJ was a beast of a dog, though. Here's my Saint Bernard. I guess we're not going to do it. I'll look at a couple more just to see. Yeah, I don't have a lot of. Oh, here's a picture of AJ. It's not a good picture of him, but 12, 14. I'll show it to you real quick. 12, 14. You got to look for the right numbers. 12, 14. Dog pack. 2020. 12, 14, 14. These things aren't in order. They're supposed to be in an order number. Oh, here they are. I think I found them. 14 with an 18 in the back. Because I think it's going to take too long. Sorry, guys. I don't know if I'll be able to show you. I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. There's AJ. There's AJ. You can see AJ right there. See him? He looks kind of like he's got the eyes of the Rottweiler and the chest of a Rottweiler, but everything else is a German Shepherd. That's AJ. Let's see. You have a yellow lab too. He's cool. You do Rumble. He's over on Rumble. You have a half Bison Frise, whatever those dogs are, and have poodle. Those are cool. I like big dogs though, like really big dogs, like Donnie. All right. So this was on I don't even know that guy's name. I don't care. But on Friday, Real Time was Bill Maher. Nancy Pelosi admits that she wishes to make all illegal aliens legal. Why do you want to make all illegal aliens legal? Why would you want that? I mean, there's a process they're going through. Why do you want to just instantly make it? We have a process for a reason, right? You don't get a job at the jail, just real quick. They got to check your background, interview you, make sure you're not going to be the one bringing the drugs and the cell phones in, right? If you want to join, FBI or Secret Service or stuff like that, you got to go through a rigorous training program. If you want to be a cop, there's a rigorous program that you have to pass. Firemen, all these jobs, right? But they just want to let any old illegal just walk on in. Just come on in. Just come on in. We're here. We're open. We're open. Just come on in. Why not? Why not? So she's what she said there is a former White House Speaker Nancy Pelosi advocated turning millions, not just hundreds of thousands, millions of illegal aliens into U.S. citizens this week and making them eligible for taxpayer-funded assistance for buying homes. So she's talking about in California. In California, there's a new bill to where you can get up to $150,000 for a down payment on a home. But what you don't realize is somebody's paying for that. We're paying taxes to get that money to go through. So you're still paying on it, number one. Then we found out too, number two, it's not even a down payment anymore. It's a tax credit. So you get money back on your taxes. So it doesn't even help you buy a down payment on a house, right? If you don't have that down payment money up front, you're screwed. Hi, Denise Green. Yeah, and they want to give this to illegal aliens. They want to do everything for illegal aliens, right? You know what you should do if you're in a position where you can't afford your health insurance, just go to the border, cross illegally. Say, look, I'm from Mexico, or actually say somewhere far. Say you're from somewhere far away. Be like, look, I need help. They'll give you money. They'll let you go in the country. They'll give you some money. They're going to send you over there, and they're going to give you a hotel and a place to stay, put you on welfare, take care of your kids. What the Democrats don't realize is we don't have enough. Eventually, if we keep doing this, the whole world's going to want to move here. Hey, wouldn't you want to move to get free everything? How can we afford to cover insurance, medical, housing? I know this girl, and she told me a while ago, she's like, I get they pay $2,100 for my apartment that she rents. It's a little tiny house in the back of another house. $2,100. And you know why that is? Because the government says we'll spend up to $2,100 on a certain size apartment. So if you have that certain size apartment, you just even though you were only wanting $1,500, you kick it up to $2,100 because you know the government will pay it. That's how the government works. Heck, my ex-wife used to work at a homeless shelter, and every October she'd be like, "Hey, you want to help me go to this Costco catalog and just pick out stuff we can buy for the girls or for the building?" And like, well, what are we looking at? And she's like, "Well, we need a new back patio set." I was like, "You just bought one last year." She's like, "Yeah, but we haven't spent all our money. So if we don't spend all the money, then we have to go and we don't get as much." And that's how the government works, folks. If you don't use up all the money they give you, they don't give you as much next year. So you use it all up. Her work was giving us patio sets every year. We got a new patio set every year because they had to spend the money somewhere. And then they're like, "Well, we're just going to throw it away. Would you like to take it home, Angela?" So my ex-wife would bring it home. Well, excuse me, I would bring it home because I got the big ass truck. But, that's the way government works. That's how it works. And that's why our country is such in shambles. Such in shambles. One of the reasons why. One of the many reasons why. So she says that the goal of the Democrat Party is to turn illegals into legals. And it's not the free houses. It's about the American dream. We want to give them the American dream. I don't know where Hope is, Gra. I don't know. She's probably sleeping. They want the American dream. So an independent far-left presidential candidate from Cornell, or not from Cornell. His name is Cornell West. So he's a far left guy. States that Kamala Harris bribed him to drop out of the presidential race. Right? And I'm not joking. I got the video. We're going to show you the video. So an independent far left presidential candidate, Cornell West, revealed a shocking admission about how far the Democratic Party will go to win the 2024 election. During an interview on the Status Quo News podcast, he claimed that Harris' campaign offered him a deal that resulted in him dropping out of the race. Have you guys heard this? Have you guys heard this? I got the video, so we're going to show you the video right now. We're going to show it to you right now.
And tell us about this week, because I reported yesterday that there was some, let's say, higher up folks in the Democratic Party that wanted to have some conversations with you, specifically about getting you to drop out. We know by all reports, RFK Jr. Is about to drop out, possibly endorse Donald Trump. And there were people that approached you.
So you can tell this video is probably a couple weeks old. Because we already know that RFK dropped out, but continue watching.
Asking you to drop out.
Jennifer says, I hate that our representatives have been openly supporting the overtaking of this great nation. They are. That's exactly because they want more votes. The Democrats want more votes. Because the Democrats want to turn this into a communist country. And if they're in power when that happens, then they're going to have all the money. And they want everything. They keep telling, oh, look, the Democrats made you legal. We're the one that let you become a legal citizen right away. Don't forget to vote Democrat so that way we can take care of you. But what they don't get is this. All the older people that came to this country the right way, they are so upset. They're like, it took me 7 years to get my resident alien card, or, it took me 7 years to get this. They're pissed. And they're turning on the Democrats. They're like, no, they're letting these people cut the line. I did it the hard way. The illegal issue is what got you into politics in the first place back in the late 90s. Nice, Pamela.
What were,
Jennifer says,
the offers that they made and your response?
Well, I mean, a number of them.
So I've seen this guy around before. I think Steven Crowder talked about him one day or something like that. I know I've seen this guy around before. I didn't even know he was running for president.
Reached out and just saying, I need to get on the bandwagon. This is a historic moment, especially a black moment. Have a black sister, Asian sister move to the head of an empire undergoing deep spiritual decay and moral.
So you hear him, he's like, they told me you got to jump on the bandwagon, right? We got a fellow black sister of yours that's going to become president, and an Asian woman that's going to be, so they're combining the Asian because she's Indian. She says she's Indian, but she's black. So they're like, this is a historical moment. And we're not only going to have the first woman, it's going to be the first black Asian woman.
Decadence and deterioration. And then with some religious leaders have reached out saying, are you sure that you're building on the legacy of Martin King, the great Rabbi Heschel and Edward Jaid and others? And I told them, I said, you all just talking to the wrong brother. You can offer resources, a position, or what have you. That's not what I'm all about.
So he just told him, he's like, look, you guys are talking to the wrong person. He's like, you're offering me a position, a job, some money. You picked the wrong guy to ask that to. I'm not about the money, is what he's trying to say.
That's not the game I play. That's not my conception of what I'm here for, to bear witness and be a witness and try to hold on to some integrity and honesty. Because what has happened, brother, I mean, the toxicity in the party is so pervasive that we see the superficial glitz and the blitz.
So he's even telling us, Cornell is like, we see the hypocrisy and what's going on in the Democratic Party. All of the quick lefts and the quick rights and everything they're doing. He's like, we see it. I see it, is what he's saying.
But at the center of it is just money, status, and 62% of fellow citizens living paycheck to paycheck. Hardly any acknowledgement of it. Wealth inequality, hardly any acknowledgement of it.
Yeah.
Police still brutalizing and murdering, mass incarceration, the largest prison system in the history of the modern world. Can't say a word about it. Homelessness, especially for black folk, we 12%. The population got 45% of the homeless. LA is even worse. LA, it's even
Now, why do you guys? So you guys have seen my. Some of you guys have seen my Skid Row video with Ben Bergquam. You got to get back home. Have a good night there, Jennifer. We'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow night we'll be back here at 6. Once again, Monday through Thursday. At least some people come see me that say they will. Anyways, so what do you guys think about why? So he says 12% of the population is black. I think it's 13%, maybe closer to. But he says that 44% of the homeless are black. Why do you think that is? Do you think it's because the CIA started feeding people of color, black people, all these drugs, and back in the day, and they were testing out all these drugs on them and got addicted to drugs? You think that's why they're all homeless? Because one of the biggest things that lead to homelessness is drugs abuse, alcohol abuse. I at a thrift store, and we had a lot of homeless people messing with it. And my wife worked at a homeless shelter, so she knew a lot on it. And she'd always tell me, there's 3 kinds of homeless people. There's the homeless people that have a drug or alcohol addiction, and that's why they're on the streets, because they spend all their money on drugs and they do everything to get high, and then they can't focus. He says then there's the people with a mental disability, and they just don't know what they're doing because their brain is not there. And she said third people just don't want to follow rules. They hate rules, and they're like, F it, let's go live in the river and just, eat out of trash cans and stuff like that. So, how are we going to fix it? And not, just because you fix it in one city doesn't mean that same fix is going to work in the next city over.
So that level of social misery and suffering.
By the way, guys, for those of you that are still here, in about a few minutes, we got another 2 more news articles. We're going to show January 6th when I got up there. I was the last person on the Capitol. We started to show it the other day, and we didn't show it all. So we're going to show it all today.
It's hidden and concealed in the same way.
Only on Rumble.
I keep coming back to Flint, because Flint in so many ways is a microcosm of it. And people say, well, Brother West, you're helping fascism. Brother West, you're supporting Trump. Please, you don't fight fascism, all of its lies and crimes, with more lies and crimes, and say, I'm the better option. Because sooner or later, the fascism will take over.
You hear that? This guy is very intelligent. He's like, you don't fight fascism with more lies. If you keep lying to people saying, I'm the better person, the fascism is just going to grow even more. He says Cloward and Pittman broke the black families. They used to have the lowest divorce rates.
If you don't get at the roots of it, and Democratic Party policies, we know, with this neoliberal class wars against poor and working people, push people in situations where they're more right to follow gangster fascists like Trump. And if you don't get at their...
Did he just call Trump a gangster fascist? Oh, that's a new one.
Situation, their plight, their predicament, and there's no alternative to a rotting Democratic Party, then fascism, yes, fascism will triumph in the end. And I don't know what Brother RFKJR is doing. Good God Almighty. He's bouncing back and forth, making deals. I guess for him, it's all about making deals.
So now he's trying to say that Robert F. Kennedy is just making deals. And he does endorse the Trump campaign now. So maybe he's getting something out of it, but who knows? But that's politics, folks. That's politics. Gross said they got stuck in the welfare merry-go-round. You can only make so much money, right? And that's how they keep you slaves, folks. Ben Bergquam taught that a lot, and I learned it from him, and I quote him on this all the time. He says the Democrat Party is giving you everything for free because they put you in a hole then. If you haven't worked in 20 years, you try and go get a job, what are you going to get, McDonald's or something like that? But then although they're paying those guys $20 an hour now, but still, they put you in this rat hole. If you're on welfare constantly, then you're just used to it. And you try and get out, you can go get a job, but the job is like making less than what you are on welfare. So why would you go work at the job? Just saying. Denise Green says, families missing the father for generations, also having children to collect checks from the government, a never-ending cycle of dependency. Yep, and that's how they're keeping you slaves. That's what Ben always says.
And can you specify, if you can, you mentioned offering positions, resources. Were you offered a position in the Harris administration? Any financial incentives to drop out?
Oh, there was definitely various kind of offers. I won't go into concrete.
So he just said, let's play that again. He's like, what kind of, he's all, so you were, I was drinking and I want to make sure you guys hear this. Even though you weren't having a sip of something to drink, I was.
Deals rather than bearing witness.
And can you specify, if you can, you mentioned offering positions, resources. Were you offered a position in the Harris administration? Any financial incentives to drop out?
So he just asked, did the Biden administration or the Harris campaign offer you anything to drop out of the race? Listen to what he says closely.
Oh, I mean, there was definitely various kind of offers. I won't go into concrete details of it. I really won't, because I don't even want to make that the focus.
Well, let's just say
But
they
I
did
would
not.
just say
They
that
did not offer you the janitor's position. They offered you something relatively high up.
Well, I don't think it was that high up, because believe me, brother, the highest position in the empire, they can't say a word about genocide. For me, it's just a place in Dante's Inferno, man. And that's the lowest litmus test of morality, to oppose genocide.
Oh wait, I forgot I always put this on the end of my videos now. So he's talking about genocide. He's like, you know what? They believe in genocide. I don't know how literal he's being on that. You know, he could just be semi-literal on it. But that's what he's saying. Right? So the Democrats bribed him to get out of the race. They bribed him to leave. They offered him a position in their campaign. He says they offered him some money. Not the Democrats. They would never do that. They would never do that. They would never do that. Your sister-in-law got stuck on both for a merry-go-round. Sorry, Gra. Sorry to hear that. Yeah. All right, let's do a little Joe Rogan. So, Joe Rogan calls out the hypocrisy of the Democrat elites. Joe Rogan, he's more liberal than conservative, I would say, but he's still in the middle, I would guess. So, podcaster and comedian Joe Rogan tore in the Democrat and Hollywood elites for their blatant hypocrisy in their Democratic National Convention speeches. Daniel, he'd backed me down. Daniel, I don't know who they're. So, multimillionaire Oprah, you know, everybody knows Oprah, and Michael Obama, Michelle Obama, whatever you want to call them, about being oppressed, because they said, oh, yeah, we're oppressed. We've been targeted for our race. But yet, the Obama's own houses in Martha's Vineyard and are like worth like what, like 300 million or 30 something, so many millions of dollars. That doesn't sound oppressed to me. That doesn't sound oppressed. How about being handicapped your whole life because your dad served in the military and the chemicals the government made you have to feel chronic pain every single day, made you have to hate your life every single day, made you have to be sad every day. That I think I could call that some oppression. But anyway, so they're all claiming. Oprah said she's been a victim of racism and sexism and income inequality. Income inequality. Oprah is one of the richest people in the world. One of the richest people in the world. It says failing to mention anything about her $70 million G650 private jet. However, jokes on Oprah, because the moments after the DNC speech, the Trump campaign posted a letter from the television personality who wrote that she wished Trump were running for office. So the Trump rally, the Trump campaign says, you know, Oprah, you can say that all you want, but here's a letter from, remember, you actually wanted me to become a president a while ago. This is a little clip of Joe Rogan
is calling out Oprah and Michelle Obama for hypocritical speeches at the DNC. Watch.
She's up there talking about income inequality. Like, hey, lady.
Yeah, I know.
You're rich as Like, how is that equal? And also, when Michelle Obama was saying, you know, I think she was saying her mother or grandmother was always suspicious of people who took more than they needed.
Yes.
Like, you are worth so much money.
Take more than they need. The Obamas have 4 mansions.
I mean, it's a bunch of rich people talking about rich people.
Right? Don't you know about the Democrats? They're always talking about, oh, the rich people are bad. The rich people are bad. But they forget to tell you that they're the rich people. Look at Maxine Waters. Maxine Waters is just a congresswoman, right? She pays her son-in-law $1 million a year to be her security guard. I wonder how much of that goes into her pocket. She pays her daughter $1 million a year to be her office assistant. I don't know what the heck she is. All these politicians are rich. How do people that make what $156,000 a year become multimillionaires? Funny how that works, right? Funny how that works. They climb the ladder, then pull it up. Oh, that's a good terminology there for you. So yeah. All right, let's go to where are we at now? Last one, and then we're gonna switch over to Rumble, guys. So after this, you got to go check out Eddie Block Films on Rumble, and it should be in the chat. Nightbot should show it somewhere up there. You gotta, yeah, it says join us on Rumble up there. It's about 5 minutes ago in the chat. So it says this: San Francisco 49ers rookies first round pick shot by mugger trying to steal his watch. So this guy just got drafted by the San Francisco 49ers. You know, he's in town, they're in town, you know, doing whatever, you know, taking photos, doing something. And this guy goes to the store and they try and rob him because he's wearing a Rolex. Now he's okay. He's in critical but stable condition, is what they said, I think. Here we go. It says the good news is that he's okay. The incident also sheds light again on how San Francisco has become a crime-ridden hellhole. I used to live there. Yes, it is. Especially, you don't want to go down to Hunter's Point, or you know, just there's all kinds of places. And you know, in the Mission, if you're in the wrong place in the Mission District and you're not Mexican, oh yeah, you're screwed. You're screwed. There's Pamela G over there. Right on. So the victim is San Francisco rookie wide receiver Ricky Pearsall, who the franchise selected in the first round of the 24 draft. The former Florida Gator recently signed a 4-year, $12.5 million contract that's fully guaranteed. So this guy's getting paid no matter what, right? This guy doesn't have to lift a finger for 4 years. If he got shot and he's hurt to where he can't play anymore, he at least got $12.5 million to live off of. It says his assailant, who was trying to steal his Rolex watch, was arrested soon after. He was shot in the chest during an armed robbery on Saturday. The New York Post says San Francisco Giants great Buster Posey provided a sober revelation after the organization lost out to Shohei Ohtani, which is a Dodger. He's a Dodger pitcher, which can knock the ball out of the park, to the rival Dodgers. He spoke to The Athletic this week and stated directly that crime and drugs in San Francisco, or at least the perception that both are persuasive. No, there's no pervasiveness. There is drugs. I mean, there's drugs and crime in every freaking city. I mean, what city doesn't have it? What, you got a town of 10 people, maybe? They probably still have a drug issue. Somebody there is probably doing some kind of drugs. It's the worst thing that's happened to our country in a while is the drugs. You know, everybody, I mean, drugs are abundant. Doctors would prescribe them like freaking candy back in the day because they got a little cut from it, right? Here's some free samples. Or here, you know what? If you prescribe more than so many pills, you get a free trip to Tahiti. Stuff like that, right? Maxine Water was good in Predator. Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's crazy. San Francisco is pretty bad though, I gotta admit. I mean, and just they're so liberal about stuff now. I have a liberal friend the other day, well, it was probably last year now, was complaining about she can't even drive her car in San Francisco without worrying that it's going to get broken into. You know, in San Francisco now, they leave their windows down and their cars unlocked because they know they're going to get broken into either way. So they said, if we leave our windows down and our cars down, people can see, they can just steal stuff without breaking stuff. That's how bad it is in San Francisco, right? As long as it's under $999 or $950, it's a misdemeanor, and you just get in and you go right on out. All right, guys. So we're going to get going to Rumble, but one more time, I'm going to show you the quote of the day because some of you weren't here earlier. From Robin Williams, and it says, "I think the saddest people always try their hardest to make people happy because they know what it's like to feel absolutely worthless, and they don't want anyone else to feel that way." Robin Williams died from suicide. He committed suicide. He wasn't in a happy place. And so many documentaries and people talk about it now, that how bad he was doing. And I can relate to this. You know what? There's many a day, you know, with all my disabilities, I feel like this all the time. I feel like junk. I didn't want to do a show today, right? But I do it for you guys. But then once I start doing it, I'm happy because you guys are watching me. You guys are interacting with me. and I feel better. But I did, like, if you were to call me in the morning this morning, heck no. I was taking everything I could to try and sleep. I took freaking some Benadryl to try and make me sleep. I took some weed to try and make me sleep. Couldn't do it. I just haven't been able to do anything for a while. And that's just part of my disability. You know, I'm used to it. I know what's going on. And then I broke my foot, so that made it even worse. But just so you guys know, you know, if you see somebody that's happy all the time, maybe you should go and try and talk to them a little bit. Maybe they need some happiness in their life. You always bring your calculator when you loot, bro. All right, guys. So we're going to head on over to Rumble only. Hop on the Rumble, guys. And we're going to watch some videos from January 6th. And maybe somebody will come in and check us out and talk to us in Discord.